squirrel. Awesome Monday. Happy every day. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Day 369 of doing one thing every day that makes us happy. From the little journal book, do one thing every day that makes you happy. Now today is the last day in the book. It's actually the final page, with the exception of tomorrow. I'm going to hop on and do day 370, where we'll talk about lessons learned, because I'm always big on lessons learned, especially if I do something for over a year, over 365 days in a row. I want to make sure I check back and I say, well, what the heck did I learn from that? Well, the challenge at the end of the book today, it's not a sayings day, it's actually a thermometer. And I guess it looks like a thermometer or a beaker or whatever you want to call it. But what we're supposed to do is fill in our level of happiness, our current level of happiness right now. It says, that, whoops, lights in my eyes, the meaning of my happy, or the measure of my happiness today. So how happy are you today? Now, for the fun of it, what I did is I actually did this on 1/1 of 2019. The first of 2019, how happy was I? And I rated myself a 5. I was probably pretty average happiness, not super happy, not super sad, kind of went with the flow of things. And so it's fun to look at what I rated myself at then versus what I rate myself at now. And now I gave myself about an 8. Today I'm feeling about an 8. I guess if I didn't have a cold and I was moved and my old house was sold and everything was going fine and swimmingly around me, I would be focusing even more on what makes me happy. But today I rated it an 8. That is still a 30% increase over when I began doing this exercise. And remember, these are just snapshots, but that's a good improvement. That's a massive improvement. If I am actually truly, and I am at least 30% happier than I was a year ago, how am I living my life? How am I experiencing my life now versus then? Well, at least 30% happier, right? So that's it. Measure your happiness today. How happy would you say you are on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being pretty darn miserable, never happy, don't hardly feel happy at all, to 10 where you're pretty much happy all the time, every minute of every day. That's it. Go out and have an absolutely awesome Monday and an amazing day whenever you happen to be hearing my voice or seeing my face. And know that you too can be happy as you choose to be. Have an absolutely amazing, happy day, and I will see you tomorrow with a wrap-up of this year's doing one thing every day that makes us happy, makes you happy, and me happy, and the lessons that we've learned. So far I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've already got 10 things that I mapped out, so I could stop right now, but I'll probably think of a few more things today as I think about, and as I'll actually skim back through and say, okay, well, what worked, what didn't, what was the most powerful exercises, because those are the things I want to carry with me going forward. And the other things, maybe some of them I'll just let go because they didn't really work for me, or they didn't really have an impact on whether I felt happier or not. That's it. Have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you one more happy day tomorrow. Bye. Take care.